here, your editor of the Jacksonville Bride. I'm so excited to bring you our very first vendor vlog. And in keeping with the natural progression of planning a wedding, I couldn't think of a better way to start than to introduce you to one of North Florida's top wedding planners and event designers, Cassandra Cherneski.
Hello.
Hi, she owns Flaire Weddings and Events as well as Flaire Event Rentals. Cassandra, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into wedding planning.
Okay, well, I started my company in 2005. So I jumped into wedding planning. After that, I started by joining the Association of Bridal Consultants. So I thought it was really important that I start getting educated, continuing education, networking, meeting people, and it's been great. It's been steady growth ever since then. Of course, you know, when you start, you kind of have these goals of what all you want to do, but then you start to narrow it down. And so what I found that I really love is doing full planning and an event design for brides.
I know being in the event planning industry myself, it is a challenge to explain to brides why they need us, especially when there's so many great resources right now with magazines, websites, blogs, all these great planning tools. Why do they actually need to hire a wedding planner?
I find that typically the couples who are booking me are in a couple of different situations. One, there's a bride who just works constantly and she doesn't have that much free time during the day, and you know, you're calling vendors at 5:30 after you get off work and they're already closed, and you're leaving messages and you're playing phone tag. So on the one hand, having a planner kind of cuts out all that middleman. You can send me an email, I take care of it all. So it's a convenience factor for some brides. And then I also work with a lot of destination couples who are traveling to the North Florida area for St. Augustine, Amelia Island, whatever, and they don't have necessarily the contacts here, and so they need somebody that they can trust to go in and help them make those vendor decisions. But even more than that, if you're just a local bride and you're like, why do I need a planner? Why do I need some help? I think that by going with a planner, you're going to ensure that you spend your money well. You're not going to waste money. You're not going to spend frivolously on things that you don't need. But other than that, like you mentioned, all of the inspiration that's out there, magazines, blogs, Pinterest, you can go crazy. And without somebody kind of reining you in objectively and helping you keep those ideas in check, I think your wedding kind of runs these risks of trying to do too much, and you can go crazy, you know, staying up till 3 every morning doing DIY projects, and you want to enjoy your engagement. So ultimately, I think that's the reason you'd want to hire a planner.
Exactly. I agree with everything you just said, but one thing I really want to tell our brides about is your special new service that you are bringing out. And obviously you cater to all brides, but one really cool thing is your new luxury planning package, so tell us about that.
Yes, we created a new service at the beginning of this year called the Luxury Planning Experience, and it's already been really well received. We're excited to be working with several brides for this. But what it is it goes beyond our regular full planning, and it includes assistance with not only the wedding planning, but will include 4 other events. So engagement parties, rehearsal dinners, post-wedding brunches. So we'll help with all of those additional events, but we'll also infuse the planning process with little touches of luxury. So for your vendor visit day, we'll have a limo show for you around town. For your planning meetings here in the office, we'll have champagne and strawberries. And you may just find in your mailbox one day a gift card for a local massage, because we know that brides need to de-stress from time to time. So we're really excited about it. It's really for the bride that wants to feel pampered and wants to have this luxury experience while she's planning her wedding. And one of the most exciting parts of it is the week of your wedding, we provide a concierge for you. And this is someone who can pick up your dress from the dry cleaners, who can set your appointments for you, who can drop gifts off. Really, it's somebody at your disposal the week of your wedding to do those last minute odds and ends that normally drive brides crazy. So we're excited about it, and we do still have a few spots left for 2013 for that service.
What makes design different than planning, and do you do both for each bride?
Okay, very good question. Well, let's start with planning, because what that is, and you may be more familiar with it, it's the logistics. Finding your venue, finding your vendors, working out the timeline of the day, etiquette questions, all of that. And so that is planning, and we love it, but we're really passionate about design, which is more where we kind of take this vision that you have that may not even really be fully developed in your mind, and we help you develop it. We put physical pieces with that, whether that's linens, florals, lighting, installations, backdrops, you name it. And so we're going to go a little bit beyond just a tablescape, but kind of looking at all the different design elements that you're going to be incorporating, your aisle, specialty tables, displays that you may want to have. And so we're going to really help you kind of flesh those out. And then beyond that, beyond just designing it, we can help you source all of those, whether it's rentals or products you need to purchase, or if you need something created in-house, we have the capacity to do that as well. So that's really what we love to do. I think the brides that work with us find that their events are really highly styled, very detail rich, just have a very cohesive look to them.
One really exciting thing about you and your company is that you own Flaire Event Rentals, which is a rental company that you can kind of take these visions, take, a bride's big plan for her day and help her resource it with your rentals. So tell us about what you offer with Flaire Events.
Really kind of the hallmark of what we offer is our shibari chairs, which Megan is sitting in one of them right now. They're mahogany. And kind of the reason I started with those is because, I have brides who are looking in blogs, looking in magazines, and they'll come to me with pictures. And invariably, there's a shibari chair in the pictures. And when we called a lot of local companies, we were hearing for a bride to have 150 chairs, she was going to be spending like $3,500.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, the brides were not willing to spend that money. So I had a bride who was interested, and she was like, well, this is what I want. So I kind of broached the idea to my husband. I've been thinking about it for 2 years. We decided to jump in. We bought, we have 200 chairs. And so we rent those out at an affordable price to not only our clients, but any bride in town. And then from there, we've added things. We can do lighting, we can do gobos, we can do specialty linens, we can do rental glassware, and we've started to add floral as well. So really, we're just kind of developing it slowly, but if you come to us with an interest, we'll see if it's something we can acquire and consider adding it to our inventory.
Wow. So really, when you hire Flaire Events, you're hiring the full package, and you have the full package at your fingertips. I'm so glad we got to speak to you today and that we were able to introduce you to our readers and our brides. Thank you so much for allowing us, and make sure you check out Flaire Weddings and Events.
Thanks so much for having me, Megan. I really appreciate you offering to interview me, and it's been a pleasure talking with the readers of Jacksonville Bride.
Thank you.